and thanks for joining me for another episode of Lights Out, your virtual campfire. I'm your hostess with the mostest ghosties, Sylvia Shults. In July of 2016, I got to investigate the Pollock Hospital with a combined group of 3 ghost hunting teams. Archer Paranormal Investigations from Georgia, Explorers of Spirit Phenomena, ESP, out of Florida, and Shadow Hunters, who are based in northern Illinois. The 3 groups work together as often as they can, and they have a great time doing it. I have been at the Pollock Hospital countless times for haunts, for history tours, and for paranormal investigations, and I have never seen it as active as it was those 2 nights in July. That investigation became the premiere episode for Shadow Hunters' YouTube series. I had such a wonderful time hanging out with the group that the next time I caught up with them, I took the opportunity to talk with Nick Sarlo, the lead investigator for Shadow Hunters. I started out with one of my favorite questions. What made you a believer in the supernatural? So, what made you a believer in the supernatural?
Well, for me, it was my cousin's girlfriend. They were going out, and she was a really close part of the family still, and then they had broken up, but she was still really close to the family and stuff. She started dating this other guy, and unfortunately they got in a car accident, and unfortunately she passed away from the car accident. Her head had gone through the windshield, and her brain swelled. So because of that, I was really upset by it. That was my first really big death that somebody was close to. I mean, I've had grandparents die and stuff. But with Jackie, it was different. So about 6 months later, it was really hot outside. It was middle of July. It was 90, 95 degrees outside. And out of nowhere, it got really cold in my room. Almost 40 degrees, in my room out of nowhere. And then all of a sudden, all these thoughts of Jackie were going through my head, of stuff we used to do, and then her scent came in my room. And then I felt a hand on my shoulder. And I didn't believe in ghosts or anything. I'm no, ghosts are stupid. There's no such thing as ghosts and spirits. And then all of a sudden, all that stuff happened. And when it was happening, I was comfortable. I wasn't scared. It wasn't, anything like that. And then as soon as it happened, it was gone. It lasted maybe 10 seconds. And then it was done. And then after that, I was okay, that was definitely something. So I kind of need to, figure what it was. And so I decided to create Shadow Hunters, and because she had passed away in 2004, so 2 years later, I decided to create something like a paranormal group. I'm we can give it a try, and 10 years later, here we are.
So cool. So yeah, let's talk about Shadow Hunters.
Yeah.
I'm talking with Nick Sarlo, who is the founder of Shadow Hunters, which is celebrating its 10th birthday. Mm-hmm. Now, is the October 10th is the official date, or you just sort of say October?
Well, we just we'll use the whole month of October because that's when we started. Technically October 1st. But,
okay.
Which is now, I guess, called National Ghost Hunting Day on October 1st.
How propitious.
Right? But yeah, with Shadow Hunters, like I said, we've been around for about a good 10 years now. This Monday, which would be October 10th, we have a brand new YouTube series coming out.
Yes.
We're really, really excited for. And our first episode is going to be the Pollock Hospital, which we had the pleasure of going down. Got a lot of activity there. And
so what has Shadow Hunters been doing for the past 10 years? And what made you decide to make a TV show out of it?
Pretty much what it was is just kind of group of friends.
Mm-hmm. Do you do mostly public places, or do you some private places?
We'll do public, we'll do private, but we've been really just doing public places now. We really haven't gotten any calls for, come into our home and anything like that. Which is fine. I mean, going in people's homes, inviting them, that's very respectful of them, and, we respect them, obviously. But at the same time, it's like, if you it's almost like if you're a doctor and you misdiagnose something and you kind of forget, or like you don't know exactly 100% what's going on. Like, I don't want to be like, oh yeah, there's a ghost in your house, but in the meantime, it's water or it's something else in the house. Like, we don't want to give them any like false hope or anything like that.
That's an interesting way to look at it.
Yeah, and like when you're in a public place, you just kind of feed off your mind, whatever comes to you, and like I said, with it being public, it's whatever. Like if you miss,
so it's almost more relaxed,
right? Like if it's like, oh, yep, that's a ghost. It's not like you're going to drive people out of the house or anything like that. It's a public place, like it happens.
Yeah.
But our group though, like we do take things seriously, but we also like to have fun at the same time, because our biggest theory is, if you do stuff that the spirits or ghosts used to do, you're more likely to get interaction with them. So on our episodes, you're going to see us laughing, you're going to see us dancing, goofing off, but then at the same time, like I said, we do have a serious side too.
Excellent. And I want to tell my audience that I have worked with Nick and his team, and he is absolutely right. They are very professional. They're goofy as all get out, and they have so much fun on their investigations. It's a blast investigating with them. But also, when the occasion calls for it, they are just dead serious and really professional. It's a huge pleasure to work with them. So, tell me about your most exciting event, your most exciting, and don't. So all of this presupposes that you guys are going to watch the Pollock Hospital episode and have your minds blown by that. So we're not even going to mention the Pollock as being the most important and exciting case, because we all know that's the truth. So tell me, Nick, about your second most exciting case.
Probably second would be. Definitely, it's funny too, it was our first investigation. Mm-hmm. We were by my cousin's house. She's had like a spirit follow her forever. And we went to her house, we investigated, and they were out. And that was the first time I ever actually had a baseball thrown at me. And
on your first investigation?
On my first investigation.
Oh, awesome.
I caught it all on tape too. You literally see the ball levitate in the air, and then just get chucked. Now, the way I was is I had the camera facing kind of like towards the ball and me a little bit. And my cousin, who came with us, was on the other side of the room. So obviously there's no interaction. It's dark. You get hit with something and it's pitch dark, you're going to take off the other way. Because I didn't know what the hell it was, and I was swearing, I can't do this. And we reviewed the footage, we're like, holy cow, look what just happened. And that was probably the scariest that has ever happened. And nothing like that has ever happened after that.
Oh, man. So are you going to put this up on the YouTube show?
Yep. That'll be on the YouTube show.
Most dramatic moments?
Yeah.
Cool. Now tell me about your funniest investigation. Just a funny moment from any of these.
We're always doing stupid stuff. And it was late one night. And you know how people fall down the stairs? Yours truly fell up the stairs.
No.
I was walking and I didn't see it. I just went, clunk, smacked my face.
Oh.
You thought everybody would be like, oh, you okay? No. They just burst out laughing.
Oh, no.
We don't get sympathy on this team. It's laughing. That's all it is. And then we had Alexi, who was just walking normally when we were doing an investigation in the woods. Tumbled over the tiniest little tree stump ever, and she happens to tumble over it.
Oh.
And we didn't ask if she was okay. We laughed.
Oh.
But yeah, it's more comical.
Okay, that's cool. So what's in store for Shadow Hunters? What do you hope people take away from this YouTube series?
We hope that people take away that, ghosts and spirits are real. We are never, ever, ever, ever going to fake evidence, false evidence. Why? What's the point? Like, you're not proving anything. The only thing you're proving is that you're making all the other paranormal investigators who are working really hard look like idiots. So it's dumb to do. And if we don't find anything, we don't find anything. I mean, we're still going to show the episode because we're going to be doing what we're showing you what we go through to do an episode for the audience and everything. And we also make sure that you get away from this, that hey, maybe something is out there, maybe something is in my home. We're always there to help people if they need help, what ghost questions, pictures, videos, anything like that. We'd love to help. And then we're hoping for one day just to get our own actual TV series on any network.
Excellent. And until then, where can people watch your show?
They can go to youtube.com. Go under Shadow Hunters YouTube series. It might be a little hard to find at first because there's another show on ABC Family called Shadow Hunters, which kind of screwed it over for us. But they'll be able to, you'll be able to find it on our page. You'll see a picture of half me and then half of a shadow figure. That's our YouTube.
That's a badass picture, by the way.
Thank you. I didn't even know I could make that picture. But yeah, all you have to do, just go there. As soon as you hit subscribe, it'll let everybody know exactly when we put out new videos.
Excellent. Thanks, Nick.
No problem. Thank you.
If you enjoyed my conversation with Nick, run, do not walk, to sign up for the Shadowhunters YouTube series show. Subscribe, too, so you don't miss an episode. And take a look at Podcast Central on Facebook for the best in supernatural podcasts. In the next episode of Lights Out, we'll talk with Brian Shepard of The Brian and Sherry Show. He'll share the experience that guided him to the paranormal and led to a career as the co-host of a thriving radio show. Tune in next time as we go Lights Out.